Yes, people, welcome to Crime Daily. EncroChat text: so our dad of two was corrupted by the law of easy money to transport cocaine and dirty cash. Walton roofer and charity volunteer Kevin Daniels, 40, was viewed as an honest, trustworthy and excellent worker by colleagues. But when he lost his job in late 2019, Liverpool Crown Court was told the family man turned to working as a courier for major drug dealers. Daniels was exposed as the user of the profile Exotic Ape when the covert phone network was hacked by police agencies last year. He ferried at least 44 kilos of cocaine and handled 1.5 million, using the family home as a safe house to store the vast amounts of money. Prosecutors outlined he was paid wages by a mystery drug boss who used the Encro handle Alison Becker on EncroChat. The identity of the crook, who took the Liverpool goalkeeper's name as his moniker, remains shrouded in secrecy. However, evidence Daniels created on his EncroChat device revealed how he was directed by Alison Becker to do his bidding and to keep records and accounts of his lucrative drugs business. Court documents detail phone notes Daniels recorded, never thinking they would one day be examined by detectives, from late February 2020 onwards. On February 2017, he had given 259,764 the day beforehand to a contact referred to by an offensive term beginning with a P. He also noted he had got 52 off Biggie Small. On March the 4th, he recorded how he grabbed 30 off Dark Scarf. Police drugs expert Stephen Buckley said grab was frequently encountered as a reference to the collection of drugs and/or drug cash. On March the 10th, he said he grabbed 43,500 from Monk and gave Alison Becker mate 125 in packs of 25, token number BB428599797. Mr. Buckley said the use of tokens as proof of identity was also frequently seen in the underworld. On March the 12th, he recorded the note, grabbed 49,720 from Juice, and on March 17, he gave Alison Mate 125,000. He also modified a note on March the 3rd in which he recorded a series of transactions and deducted the wages he was due for his work. March the 30th was the first day police were able to recover his encrypted EncroChat text, including a lengthy exchange with Alison Becker. Alison Becker asked him to pass the rest of the change to me, mate, and he replied, yeah, I'll have to do that later, I've got the kids. My birdie's with her mum, I've got no bags left to vac it. Charles Lander, prosecuting, said vac it meant vacuum packing drugs and or cash to avoid detection during transportation. Alison Becker replied, Sal, mate, he will count and wrap it, before Daniels recorded, gave Wasp 130. He was then directed by Alison Becker to an address to collect a package to take to Highton to an EncroChat user called Windsoup. Daniels told Windsoup he'd be in a black Cougar, a car police later discovered he had access to. On March 31st, EncroChat user Adult Snail sent Daniels a photo of cannabis and said, what you thinking regarding the paper, mate? Daniels clearly knew about cannabis as he replied it was 100% mold and said Adult Snail needed to get it out ASAP or it would spread and ruin a lot. They then discussed the price of a kilo of cocaine, which Adult Snail said would be 38 grand. Adult Snail said 38 for the top, and I'm not adding anything. If you can get me a drink, that's great, but if not, I don't mind. I just want to sort things if we can. Daniels also mentioned a jacket, a kilo of cannabis. Mr. Lander said Daniels had an interesting chat with Alison Becker on April 3rd after asking him, any change to grab today? Alison Becker replied, there still should be 1860 down there, mate, minus what the roads was and what you gave your old men. Mr. Lander said Alison Becker then sent Daniels screenshots of a spreadsheet of their lucrative drug trade. It appeared Alison Becker was questioning some of the figures, but accepted Daniels' explanation. I haven't taken nothing that I shouldn't have. Text showed Alison Becker instructed Daniels to grab 30 grand on April 7th, hand a monkey to EncroChat user Mr. Itchin on April 20th and get 30 grand from Biggie on April 24th. On April 30th, Daniels chatted with Alison Becker about how he'd wrap 125 grand for Windsoup, and on May 2nd recorded how he gave 125 grand to Lucky C. On May 7th, he spoke to Alison Becker about deals for bits with Monk and Biggie, and on May 12th carried out a collection, the next day sending a photo of packages he had wrapped up. On May 18th, Alison Becker arranged for an exchange between Daniels and EncroChat user 6x LFC when Daniels said he would be in a white Vauxhall Vivaro van, another vehicle he was insured on. Daniels then said it was his mum's before providing her postcode. On May 27th, he chatted to EncroChat user Aribo about the drug market, asking if there were any greens and stating there's not an ounce here. Mr. Lander said, the defendant laments everything has gone through the roof, and Aribo informs the defendant it is 42 to 44 for tops, slang for a kilo of cocaine. Daniels replied, I swear, normally I could get 10 key in a day, no problem. He told Aribo, if you can get cash, I can beat that for tops, suggesting he could supply cocaine for less than 42 grand a key. The same day, he spoke to Muff Continent about the cocaine market, asking if he'd heard about the new bash for Posh. Mr. Buckley said Posh was a commonly seen reference to cocaine. Daniels referred to a new adulterant for mixing drugs as Ghost Bash and added, it washes up perfect. Mr. Buckley explains the phrase wash meant converting cocaine into crack cocaine. Daniel said he hadn't seen the bash, but all the Posh has it in now, though now. The work has been shite lately. A key date was May 28th when Alison Becker arranged for Daniels to take hold of 44 kilos of cocaine. Daniels said the blocks had blue, silver and orange markings and delivered them to 3 customers. The next day, he created a note showing he had been paid $4,400 for his efforts. Messages from May 31st showed Daniels went on to move cash for Alison Becker to dealers Diamond Edge and Coin Castle before arranging to meet Biggie Smalls in Woolton. On June the 1st, the last day, police were able to recover his EncroChat data. Daniels told Alison Becker he would collect drug cash from a safe house belonging to his family past 125 to the Wasp and drop 15 off with Biggie. Police arrested Daniels, who had 4 past convictions for 7 offences but none for drugs, at his home on November the 16th, 2021. He admitted conspiring to supply cocaine and convert criminal property. His lawyer, Ian Harris, said the remorseful father lost work as a roofer in 2019 and was drawn into the plot by a friend of a friend as a way to pay the bills. His client made up to 16 grand in wages. In contrast with the fast valuations of drugs, was paid just £100 for every kilo of cocaine he moved and £400 per collection of money. Mr. Harris said the mum of Daniels' children had split up with him and wrote a hard-hitting letter to the court which showed no sympathy at all for this defendant for what he's done, but spoke of the negative impact on their family. He said, sadly, he became corrupted by the ease he could make money to go towards debts and lost clearly his moral compass, bringing all sorts of emotions down on his family and colleagues. Daniels was jailed for 10 years and 8 months. Yeah, that's all for another one, guys. Anyway, don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace.